Hi, let's take a look at Psylocke issue 4. This is written by Alyssa Wong, drawn by Moisés Hidalgo, and colored by Fer Sifuentes-Sujo. Full spoilers ahead, so yeah for one. Not a lot happened in this issue. Quanon infiltrated the taxonomist mansion and discovered some horrors, and then was captured. That's about it. Hi, Future Tyler here. I agree, and would have liked this issue to be slightly less decompressed. The entire issue is like, what, 20, 30 minutes of real time? Thereabout. I mean, Wong did dug into the history of Quanon and brought in revenge, though not really, since Betsy is in her own body now, so that is something that the taxonomist whipped up. Um, while I appreciate the nod to Quanon's history, and you really cannot ignore that part of her history, right? Wong did not really do a lot with it, as well as with that fake Betsy appearance. Yeah, it messes with like Conan's mind a little, but that's about it. So it is kind of a missed opportunity. Well, I feel like these are not the only missed opportunities in this issue. There is one where the baby in the glass canister started calling her mama. It would have been great place to like work something in regarding her own daughter, or maybe even explore a little of how that relates to the relationship between Devon and Quanon, because Quanon was acting kind of like a mom earlier in this issue with that children line. And speaking of Devon, the psychic power kunais were fun last issue when all three were used at the same time and bouncing around. But when only one is used, I wonder how different they are if they are just being like guided by Quanon's telekinesis, right? Does it seem a little pointless? Yeah, it does. And I think some of the small plot points, like Quanon putting a chip into the surveillance drones, sits on the edge of believability for me. Not because of the chip part, but because of how Psylocke, happened to have a chip from Devon that works, even though they only learned of taxonomist a few hours ago, and that the drone is not, simply mechanical, right? That's what they have been saying all along. That it's a mixture of like animals and drone and mechanical parts. So how would that even work? I cannot get over how similar Hidalgo's art look compared to Karatu's. I mean, if you lay them side by side, or window by window in my case, they do look different. But when read separately, the art looks very similar, especially, I would say when it comes to the flashback scenes and certain panels. Maybe it's just me. Well, I mean, Quantum's face is definitely not the same, but Hidalgo's lean, not but, and Hidalgo's lean towards thicker line works compared to Karatu's, and the expressions are a little bit more exaggerated. But there are some similarities when it comes to Psylocke's side profile. I think the art would not have felt that similar without the colors, which is consistently and beautifully rendered in this issue. Like we said last issue, Sifuentes-Sujo's colors are rich but not overly saturated, and the work with Hidalgo's art, like it works with Hidalgo's art just as well as with Karatu's. The action choreography is also very well done. It is fluid and coupled with some really, slick action poses, like the one of her jumping up from the roof onto the tree. So, even though we are missing those splash pages tracking Quanon's movement, which is a trademark of Karatu's art, I did not really miss it until maybe like two-thirds of the way through the issue. Well, if I have to nitpick, the animal robots, mutated skeletons, and specimens in the museums are not as gnarly looking, even though they still give off the fact that it is rather morbid. It is a small thing. I do like the scratch out effect of the word balloon when Psylocke lost contact with Devon. Like, it is simple yet effective in providing a visual representation of what happened. In conclusion, this is a 3.5 out of 5 for me. The issue is a little too decompressed, but the art is good, as are the colors. Agree? So this is worth checking out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Please share this with your friends and leave us a comment below. Thanks, and Tyler out.